Hey, what's up, champions? Gediminas here. Welcome along. Good evening. How are you guys doing? Hope you had a fantastic week. We're here on Friday, so for most of you, it's the end of the week. I hope you smashed your goals. I hope you achieved what you wanted to achieve this week. And in a minute, I'm going to share with you 3 ways how you can invite people to take a look at your network marketing business opportunities. So if you've ever wondered, how do I invite people? What do I say to get them to take a look? Then here's the 3 ways how you can do that. Now, if you're watching a replay of this, please do me a massive favor and stick hashtag replay into the comments. Hey Dana, hey Thomas, hi guys, welcome along. Thanks for joining in tonight. And if you're a brand new person, if you've never watched one of my videos, do say new in the comments. So this way I can connect with you, say hi, because I like to sort of, know who's watching and to say hello to everybody. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 3 ways how to invite people to take a look at your network marketing business opportunity. Okay, now the first one is what most people will use all the time, and probably they shouldn't, right? Probably there are better ways as well to use, but this is what most people will use. And this is a direct approach. Hey Ruta, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Right, so the first way to invite people is a direct approach. So the way that I would recommend to use it is if you're speaking to somebody who you know already, and maybe they said something that sort of allows you to transition into it. So let me explain this, right? So maybe you're talking to somebody and they're saying, you know what, I'm really struggling financially. You know, we're really struggling to cover our bills. You know, we're just not making enough money in our job, etc. We're really in a tight spot. So maybe this, because they just said that, you could use a direct approach. So you could say, you know what, John, because you just said that, you guys struggling financially, because you said that, you haven't got much money at the moment, I might have something for you. I might have something you might be interested in. Now, it may be not for you, maybe for you, but I have a way for you to earn an extra income. Would you be open to take a look at it, right? So that's a direct approach. Hey Alice, how you doing? Hope you guys are good at the hotel. See you guys tomorrow. Right? So the direct approach you use when you're telling person directly, hey, I have a way for you to earn extra income, right? So this is a direct approach where you go, hey, would you take a look at this? Hey, would you join my business? Hey Emma, how you doing? Right? So that's a direct approach. Now, most people will use only direct approach. So whether they're approaching a complete stranger, whether they're approaching somebody on a bus, whether they're approaching somebody on Facebook, they will only ever use the direct approach. Hey, would you join my business? Hey, would you take a look at my thing, right? So straight away, they will approach people directly. And a lot of the times it's absolutely fine. Hey, Margarita, how you doing? Oh, we've started the tab. Oh my gosh, it's going to cost me a lot of money. All right. So direct approach is basically when you're offering, but for some people, it might be a little bit too much. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you don't know a person very well and you approach them and go, hey, Peter, would you like to earn an extra income? Now, they might go, well, do I look like I need an extra income? Do I look like I'm not making enough money? What's going on, right? Like, why did you decide to approach me? Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Right? So sometimes direct approach might be a little bit in your face, a little bit rubbing their nose in it, right? Now, if a person said something, let's say, a person who's very business-minded, who's very, who's always been in business, very entrepreneurial, etc., no problem. You can approach them and go say, hey, because you are such a business-minded person, because you're so entrepreneurial, I've got something that I'd like to share with you. Maybe for you, maybe not for you, but just curious, would you be open to it? If no big deal, right? So you ask if they're open and you give them an out, right? But you then use some sort of a reason why, right? Because you said this, or because you done that, or because you mentioned this, that's why I wanted for you to take a look at this, right? So that's one of the ways, and that's a direct approach. Now, like I said, most people will only use this because they don't know of the other 2 ways to approach people. Now, the second way to invite people to take a look at your business, which is a little bit more clever, a little bit better and easier, which is indirect approach. So the indirect approach will sound something like, hey, Mary, would you know anyone who'd like to earn an extra income? Because I just started in this amazing project. I'm super excited and I'm looking to help people to earn extra income from home. Would you know anybody who's looking to earn some extra income? Right? So this is indirect approach, right? What this does, you're still prospecting them. You're actually not asking them, do they know anybody, right? You're still prospecting them, but you're taking the heat off them, right? They are not being put on the spot, right? They don't feel like, oh my gosh, if I say no to them, they're going to hate me. What's going to happen, etc., right? You're asking if they know somebody, right? But 9 times out of 10, they'll go, well, I might be interested. What is it? Tell me more about it, right? But if you ask them, hey, would you be interested in earning extra income? The chances are they would have said no. It's just the way we made up. Look, when you go to the shop and a shop assistant approaches you and says, hey, can I help you, madam? What do you say? You go, no, I'm just looking, right? It's almost instantaneous. It's almost automatic response for us. When somebody tries to sell us something directly, we go, hey, no, I'm just looking. Leave me alone. I don't want anything. If I want something, I'll ask you, right? It's just the way we made up. So when you approach somebody and you use indirect approach instead of direct approach, you get them curious. You get them wondering, well, what is it that they offer? How is it that they help people make extra income, etc., right? So, and again, you can use it face to face, you can use it via message or whatever. Hey, John, long time, not sure what you're doing nowadays, etc. I've been working with a very exciting project, helping other people earn extra income from home. Just curious, would you know anybody who's at the moment might be looking for, right? And that's basically indirect approach, and it's okay, but it's a little bit out there, because when you ask somebody, hey, do you know anybody? It's like they have the entire planet in their head. And very often people might go, nah, I don't know anybody, right? Because you're just giving them too wide an option, too broad a spectrum, right? So you might specify that instead, right? If you're looking for a particular type of person to join your business. So you might say, hey, do you know anybody who's recently retired and maybe would have some spare time to start a new project and earn an extra income? Or do you know anybody who's just gone on a maternity leave and, raising their baby and maybe have some spare time on their hands? So you can give them a specific demographic to go for. Right? Because when you ask them, do you know anybody? They go, nah, I don't know anybody, right? But when you give them a specific thing, hey, Stacy, hey, Georgina, thanks for tuning in, girls, right? When you give them a specific, when you go, hey, do you know any accountants? Or do you know any real estate agents? Or do you know any teachers, etc.? Then they start thinking in their head, and I know Lucy, who's a teacher. I know somebody, right? So you might want to give them a specific demographic. But the gist of the indirect approach is basically you don't say, hey, would you be interested? But do you know anyone who might be interested, right? And you could even use their demographic, right? So let's say you know a teacher. And teachers do very well in network marketing because they are patient, because they teach other people, so they do very well in network marketing, right? So that person is a teacher. So you might approach them and go, hey, Emma, I've just started a very exciting project, helping other people to earn extra income. And teachers really getting great results in our business because they're so patient, because they're so good at explaining things to other people. They just do absolutely fantastic in our business. Do you know any teachers who would like to earn extra income? Right? Now, it's a valid question because they are teachers, so they know other teachers, right? But basically, you're targeting them without targeting them. Does that make sense? Hey, Neringa, thanks for tuning in. Right? So that's indirect approach. That's the second approach, right? And the third approach, again, it's super powerful, and a lot of people don't ever use it or don't even know about it. And the third approach is super indirect approach. Hey, Kuma, thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Right? So the third approach is one of my favorites. It's a super indirect approach, which basically employs what is called takeaway. So you take it away from them, right? And it's, like the cat with the string. If you keep moving the string, the cat will play with it all day long. But if you just drop the string on the floor, the cat will go, not interesting, right? So it's a similar psychology, right? So, and I would probably you will use most of the time super indirect approach when you are approaching somebody you respect highly, Or when you're approaching somebody who's on your chicken list, somebody basically you think they are too successful to join your business or whatever, So, hey Claire, thanks for tuning in, right? So when you're approaching that type of person, you're probably going to be a little bit afraid to reach out to them. So you can use the super indirect approach because it lets them off the hook. It lets you off the hook. It's a very gentle way of inviting somebody to take a look at your business. So in a super indirect approach, like I said, you're taking it away from them. So what you say, let's say I'm approaching my super successful uncle. He's done super successful in other businesses. He's built huge company, etc. And I think that he's too successful to join my business, which by the way, a lot of network marketers have that wrong thinking, right? Because it actually doesn't matter how successful somebody is, they might still join your business, but too many network marketers think that network marketing is only for stay-at-home moms who don't have anything else to do in their life, right? They think that if somebody has a good job or somebody has a already traditional business, they would never join network marketing. Well, that's wrong, right? Like, I'm going in a couple of weeks' time to Las Vegas to GoPro, where there's about 10,000 network marketers from all over the world. And guess what? When those guys go on stage who are making 100,000 a month, etc., guess what they say very often? Oh, I used to be in banking. I used to run my own chiropractic practice. I used to be a GP and whatever, right? So a lot of professionals will join network marketing. It's just most network marketers would never approach a professional because they think it's too low for them, right? It's not good enough for them. Again, I'm not going to get into that, probably a topic for another live, but basically, when you approach somebody like that, you're probably scared to approach a person like that. So one way to do that is to approach them using super indirect approach, right? So let's say I'm approaching my super successful Uncle Tom, right? So go, hey, Uncle Tom, I've just got started in a home-based business project and I know my business is not for you. However, do you know anyone who might be interested in earning extra income and might be business-minded and entrepreneurial? Do you notice what I just did? I did a takeaway, right? So you approach somebody and you're basically prospecting them. Don't get me wrong, I'm prospecting my Uncle Tom, right? But instead of, because I think he's so successful and because I think he's going to shoot me down right away, I say to him, hey, look, I know my business is not for you. I know you wouldn't do business like that. However, would you know anyone who's, money-minded, cash-oriented, hungry for better life, is not afraid of challenges, blah, 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 blah. Right? So basically, I'm hooking them up. I'm baiting them, right? And the chances are they're going to go, well, what is it, right? Because for them to recommend you to somebody, they still need to know what it is all about, right? But this way, I'm basically like, oh, you would be interested yourself? Oh, no, of course I can show. I wouldn't even think that you would be, right? You get what I'm doing? Right? So I'm taking the heat off them again. Because they are so successful, they might think they are too big for this business or whatever, right? I'm taking the heat off them and going, hey, yeah, I know this is not for you, but would you take a look at it so you could recommend me maybe to some people? And for them to recommend me to some people, what has to happen? They have to understand it. They have to watch the presentation and go, all right, I understand it now. I can recommend it, right? Because you couldn't recommend a restaurant that you've never eaten in, right? Same here, right? So super indirect approach is a great approach for somebody who's on your chicken list, who's super successful and you think would never join, or for somebody who said no to you previously, right? So let's say I got started. Hey, Katrina, thanks for tuning in. Let's say I got started in business 8 years ago, which I did, right? And let's say the first couple of people I approached, I didn't know what to say and I might have ruined them, which I probably did, right? So, and they said, nah, it's not for me because I went to them like, oh, would you like to make $1 million in next week, right? So, I did a lot of hype. I did a lot of wrong things because I didn't know better. I thought I was genius, right? Right? So let's say I messed them up and I ruined that contact, right? But now what I can do, I can go back to them. And because they said no to me, I can go, hey, John, I know my business is not for you because you already told me this is not for you. But we just qualified for a free holiday, with our company. Do you know anyone who likes, going on holidays and maybe would like to earn an extra income that you could recommend me to, and I could show them, our business model and how they could make, a few £100 a month extra? You see what I'm doing, right? I'm basically doing update plus deflection, right? But that's a super indirect approach, right? So I'm saying, hey, Mary, I know my business is not for you. You already told me about that. But my friend Susie just lost 6 pounds in the last 2 weeks using a slimming program. Would you know anyone who would like to lose some weight and make some extra cash maybe on the side as well? You see what I'm doing? So basically, I'm getting their curiosity back on. I'm getting them to engage with me again, right? And I bet you, if you've been in this business for a while, you have approached a bunch of people who said no, to you, right? Which means basically not no forever. It means no right now. Because people's lives change, right? People get married, people get divorced, people get jobs, people lose jobs, people go on maternity leaves, and so on, right? So somebody who wasn't ready for your business 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, might be ready now. But guess what? A lot of those people, even though they know you have an opportunity for them, even though they need your opportunity, because of their pride and because of their ego, they're not going to get back to you. They're not going to message you and go, hey, Emma, you've offered me this business opportunity before and I said no to you. And now actually I could use some extra income. They would never do that. They'll never do that, right? They'll be sitting there and waiting for you to reach out to them again. And you are sitting on the other end thinking, oh no, they said no to me, so I can never ask them again, right? And both of you basically sitting there thinking that I'd love to have this person on my team. That person is thinking I'd love to be on their team. And neither of you are going to say anything to each other. Because you're both afraid of rejection. Because you're both afraid to hurt your egos, to look whatever, right? So reach out to those people who said no to you. Trust me, a lot of them will be open now, right? And if not, if anything, you're going to maybe get some recommendations from them, right? So even if it's still not for them, they might go, well, actually, I know Mary, she's on holidays all the time. Or I know Susie, she's been on every single diet that, there is out there, right? So great, awesome. Can you connect us on Facebook or send me her number or whatever, right? Because if you get recommendations from people, it's no longer a cold contact. If I talk to Tom and Tom recommends Mary, when I call Mary, I'm going to give you some bonus here, right? This is like proper psychology for you. So when I call Mary, now I need Mary to buy my product, right? Or join my business. But I'm not going to talk like that. I'm going to call Mary and I'm going to go, hey, Mary, my name is Gediminas. We don't know each other. Tom asked me to give you a call and I promised him that I will about an opportunity to earn extra income or about our weight loss program. So I'm making it look like I'm doing her a favor by calling her. Do you get this? Is this powerful or what? Say powerful in the comments if this is powerful, right? So I'm not going, hey, Mary, like what most people will do. They'll go, hey, Mary, Tom gave me your number. Now she's thinking, I'm going to kill Tom for giving my number. So they put the person who recommended, they put them right under the bus. You don't want to do that because you will never get another recommendation from them. But if you call them and you go, hey, Mary, Tom asked me to give you a call about this amazing opportunity to earn extra income or about this amazing way to lose weight. And I promised him that I will. I'm super busy. However, he thinks highly of you and he wanted to help you out. And that's why he asked me, because I've helped a lot of people. That's why he asked me to give you a call. Do you get this? Hey, Charity, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Eva. Right? Do you get this? How powerful that is? So by using the indirect approach or super indirect approach, you basically, worst case scenario, you might get some recommendations out of those people. You might get some referrals. Best case scenario, you're going to recruit them and get some recommendations out of them, right? So these are the three approaches, guys. Direct approach, indirect approach, and super indirect approach. Use them yourself. Teach them to other people in your team. hey, this is your cue. If you got value from this, do share, right? If you think that your team members could use this information, if you think that people, other people that you know might be finding this information useful and they could use that, feel free to share this video with them, right? Because that's what we use, right? And it works, trust me. So these are the 3 different approaches how to approach people about your network marketing business, right? So I hope you got value from this. Now, this is a Black Friday, and I know you've been bombarded with Black Friday deals all day long, but I wouldn't do Black Friday justice if I didn't give you a deal too. Right? But don't worry, it's a 50% off my coaching program. So if you're doing well in network marketing already and you're achieving your results, hey, I'm your biggest fan. If these videos giving you value, awesome, and keep rocking it. But if you think you could use some help in network marketing, if you think you could use some guidance, maybe you could use some, somebody who can be your accountability partner and who could really guide you in business, then head over to titaniumsuccess.co.uk/special, right? For special offer, right? And you'll see my Black Friday offer. I'm actually giving 50% off my 12-week coaching program today only, right? I usually don't do discounts on that. But just because it's Black Friday, just because everybody's giving special offers, I thought, because you, my fans, and because you, my followers, it wouldn't be good if I didn't give you a special offer, right? So you can find it on titaniumsuccess.co.uk/special, right? Awesome, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for all the love hearts and all the thumbs up and all the comments. I really, really appreciate you guys watching this and supporting these videos and contributing and engaging with it. You're absolutely awesome. We're heading over to Success Summit tomorrow and Sunday. So I'm going to be learning a lot, from Fraser Brooks and another 15 great speakers, or more than 15, I don't know, about, how to build network marketing, about social media and things like that. So tune in tomorrow and Sunday. I'm going to be sharing some gold with you, some nuggets that I'm picking up from that training. So definitely you're going to get some awesome value there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of the evening, and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.